My beautiful souls, welcome into a daily read for Saturday. Please keep in mind, as always, these are general messages, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, or simply see how this day ends up turning out for you. But pulling right from the middle from the Wisdom Oracle, we are beginning with, go the distance. Okay, so your potential is a big part of this Saturday, and also I find that some of which this is playing into your online presence, but it as well may talk about your business platform, or two, it may be talking about your career otherwise, say a job or two. Yeah, your position is what I'm hearing. But it does feel like there's something about you throughout this day and maybe even surrounding it where you're shining in the midst of putting in effort towards what feels to be maybe more than one situation to be labeled as truly important for you. And there's something that you maybe are putting effort towards that isn't giving you the rewards, and for some it's financial gain just yet, but they're saying it's around the corner, all right? And it just feels like things are really working well for you throughout this day. While as I do lose my breath a bit, there may be certain points throughout this Saturday where you do need to stop and catch your breath, maybe needing to lower your heart rate for some. If you do find, fun fact, if you do find your heart rate is a bit out of control, beating too fast, a great strategy that I've learned over time that can help you with that is taking a deep breath in and holding it for about 30 seconds and then breathing out quite slowly. And so you may not think that would work, but that will lower your heart rate significantly. But I do feel like it's a day as well where there's finishing taking place, there's completion at hand, and this feels rewarding in of itself. But I'm also feeling like it's a Saturday where there's certain levels of spiritual messing with taking place, but more spiritual support and assistance coming through. You may as well find that it's a day to be gaining a little bit of clarity. With this crystal here, I can't really remember which one it is. I do know that it helps me channel more efficiently. It helps me with my psychic abilities, somewhat, if not fully enhancing them. And so this may play into your day somehow, where I find that there are some souls drawn to the reading who do channel from spirit very efficiently. And I do also feel like there's going to be a dream that's taking a highlight, whether it was from the recent night or two or whenever you were sleeping, but it may be, you know, the night before this Saturday or even after it, excuse me. But there's something about one specific dream being pointed out by spirit as something that you may need to write down, but it holds significance in one way, if not multiple ways. Anyways, let's keep pulling. We're moving on to new life. So it feels like this may be a day where you're waking up on the right side of the bed, or at the very least, gaining what feels like new energy. You may feel like the Saturday is just feeling different. It's being experienced differently. There's easy accomplishing taking place in the midst of what I want to say is a nice amount of flow within your energy field, as they're showing me a vision of somebody swaying, if that makes sense, and just kind of coasting as you are putting in effort where need be, maybe where you want to throughout this period, but it doesn't feel forced, and it's just kind of a smooth sailing kind of Saturday for you. But you may be going through a partial, if not a full glow up, and there's something about your radiating energy taking a highlight in the minds, the awareness of other people. If you do post online, I do feel as if it's going to do really well for you, all right? But you may also find that it's a day where Spirit's saying a little bit of focusing upon the potentials of a new situation or just a new chapter for yourself for the near future is going to be essential. But it's also a time where you need to remember that divine timing is very much at play, especially at this point along your path. And so you're needing to know that remember when you're meant to, remember something, when you're meant to gain something in different forms, you will, period. Because it feels like somebody maybe is thinking about a new investment of importance in the future, maybe a new ideal connection of some sort. It could be, you wanting clarity in regards to this and that that's meant to change in the future, but or even the future of a situation specifically is what I'm hearing. But it's just what I feel is to be labeled as not the right time yet. Okay, it will come. But one more to fill in the right hand side. We have the truth be told card. So there's something about you giving off, expressing truth. It may come straight from spirit, again, going back to the channeling, somewhat, if not full, psychic energy is what I'm hearing as well. But there's something about you in a very wise and experienced, sort of advanced light, giving the truth to who needs to hear it the most. Okay? Now, you might even find that, given it's a very spiritual Saturday, you are being spoken through, maybe sung through by spirit, and this may be just for fun. It may be, a moment of expressing truth once again, assisting somebody, if not multiple people. But you may also find that this is a moment for spirit to give you a specific message of importance. I'm hearing listen to the lyrics, listen to the lyrics. Let's move on to the tarot portion of our reading. Fork in the road as well at the bottom of the deck, as well as round and round. And so there may be a focus upon a cycle or two within your life, things repeating over and over, even with maybe space in between. But it feels like this is a time for you to be maybe focusing upon where your control lies in regards to your habits, patterns, cycles within your life, your day-to-day routines, and Spirit saying this fork in the road that you feel you are truly at for a lot, having a decision to make. Do I go right? Do I go left? Do I stay? Do I go? When? How? So some of these questions may come into be, but they're saying think about where your control lies and how you can best prepare for when you do take that turn or make that decision or things switch up for you somehow. Okay, catching my breath, let's move on to the tarot portion of the reading, as my voice does shake a bit. Moving on to the Ace of Wands. So you're going to be gifted levels of passion throughout this day, and I find that this is coming through, being felt and utilized in different forms, different ways. But it almost feels like, I'm getting this in as a very magician energy. They're wanting you to understand that you have the passionate ability, the skilled ability to wave your magic wand and make something come to be. Of course, it's always going to come to be or maybe change for you in divine timing, but you're needing to remember that you have that power, all right, that ability. And so they're asking you, maybe you already have an idea or have solidified in regards to what you want, and even, thinking about what you need for the future. But there may simply be for some a new passionate beginning that you're maybe not foreseeing for yourself, or you haven't really taken the time and the space to solidify, what that's going to be for you, or maybe what that situation would ideally be like for you. And so don't be surprised when you're sort of drifting away in a very imaginative sense and looking at what will actually be ideal for you, what will be in alignment with you, what will work for you individually. And so they're saying, clear the way, make space, and get ready for this manifestation, this new beginning to come to be. They're wanting you to as well look at this day as a fresh start. I know that's a lot easier said than done, and at times it's easily kind of separated from you, or you feel separated from that feeling, but it is a brand new day, and you're needing to remember this, as you're also going to need to distance yourself from this and that holds bad energy, or is maybe going to leave you in a funk or a bad state. Maybe, could lead you towards complaining or a pessimistic viewpoint or two. But we're moving on to the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, again, it feels like there's something about one, if not multiple, new beginnings that you just don't have yet, right? It's not time once again, but it also is talking about maybe communication that you're not fully or at all receiving at this time. You may find there's a little bit of a waiting game in regards to somebody responding to you. And they're saying there's at least one connection where there's a disconnect in the conversation, whether it's the wording playing into it, it's their responses or lack thereof, which it's maybe this lack of you guys feeling ultra connected or passionate in regards to each other. But it does feel like putting this in the upright position. Again, new passion is what I'm hearing. And there's something about what you're completing, accomplishing, even maybe receiving throughout this period, and how that's intertwined with the fact that you as a soul are meant to go the distance, okay? And that could directly relate to the truths that you're receiving and expressing, okay? So those are your messages for Saturday. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light.